You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
One of the most asked questions of all time is, was the moon landing real? And this is a Miami Dolphins podcast. It's like the like you are in the right place. There will be some, Dolphins football, I guess, references throughout. But we started this conversation a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna delve further into it right now. And that being, the moon landing. So as a way to discuss the moon landing is Mr. Charlie Touche. Charlie, how are you?
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, I got this NASA sweater on, bro. This is like, it might be my favorite sweater that I own. And I've never worn it in public. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait for the right time to wear the sweater. And I wore it once on a podcast. And this is the second time, like these are actually like, it's like rubber patches. Like, it's just so dope. Listen, I wish I was more prepared for this episode, bro, because we're going to the moon with some Miami Dolphin players. All right. And if you're a fantasy football player, you want to tune into this episode as well. But Kadeem, we gotta talk. We gotta put this on Front Street. You believe that we have landed on the moon before, correct?
I'm not American. I'm from the UK.
I'm talking about mankind.
Oh, mankind, yeah.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, and I do believe that mankind has been to the moon. Yeah,
but why you can't say we? Why can't you say we landed on the moon?
Sorry, we landed on the moon. I believe we have landed on the moon.
But why are you trying to distance it? You alien, Kadeem? You extraterrestrial? What's going on here?
I was born with 12 fingers, so maybe to many I am an extraterrestrial. Like, hey, what can I say?
All right, listen. So, all right, just put it out there. Kadeem believes we landed on the moon. I do not believe we landed on the moon. And we're not gonna. This is not gonna be an episode about landing. Well, it is gonna be about landing on the moon. But we got some players for the Miami Dolphins where it's like, which one of these players have a really good chance of going to the moon this year? And that's a fantasy football term, like, oh, he's going to the moon, stock up type stuff. But before we get to the players and everything, let's get this out of the way real quick, Kadeem. Why do you think we landed on the moon? Because they told us we did?
Pretty much, yeah. I grew up being told, reading books, that we landed on the moon. Is it 1968? I think it was.
I don't know. We gotta fact check some of this stuff now, because this of all episodes, this is the episode of fact check, stat check.
Let's have a look. First moon landing. Moon.
It is important that you put first moon landing, because I got some holes I gotta punch in these theories.
July 20th, 1969. So marked the first time that human landed on the moon, allegedly. I guess I'm not gonna say allegedly now. So yeah.
I mean, it's July 21st as this episode comes out. Obviously we just celebrated. Well, I don't want to say we just celebrated, but the moon landing, anniversary of the moon landing was over the weekend. That's why we got this episode. Listen, I want to be very clear. I understand history, you know what I'm saying, and I'm appreciative of history, and I you can get to a place where it's very dicey, where it's like, oh, I don't believe it because I didn't see it, or I don't believe everything they tell us, or you know what I'm saying? Because now you got some things in history where people could just lie about it, or people could tell you a dream, and then it gets really skewed over some serious topics, which we're not going to discuss. But we're talking about the moon landing, not the game, the moon landing. All right, Kadeem. I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people. Oh my bad. Y'all wasn't supposed to hear that. Listen, a lot of people, Kadeem, have sacrificed to get to this moon landing. All right, and some of them didn't make it. This is a true story. They didn't make it, and I feel like there was a movie with Ryan Gosling. Can't remember the astronaut movie with Ryan Gosling. And he was in the space shuttle, and they were trying to communicate to him, like, you know, they're about to have liftoff, and they couldn't communicate with the astronaut on Earth in the shuttle 100 yards away. And Ryan Gosling says, "Yo, we're supposed to land on the moon, and I can't even hear y'all. I can't even communicate with y'all 100 yards away. How are we gonna land on the moon? Y'all can't even get us to communicate. We can't even get comms up. You feel me?" And I appreciated that, Kadeem, because speaking about communication, were you aware there was a phone call with the president of the United States and the astronauts while they were on the moon? That doesn't sound suspect to you?
No, not really.
No, not really.
No, but then again, it's like, you know, you could turn around and say we're in what, 2025, and for the most part, you can't make phone calls if you're on a plane. And yet at 9/11, people were allegedly making phone calls to the loved one. And again, like, I'm not trying to say that 9/11 was a hoax. I'm in no way saying that.
Right, you about to get us canceled, Kadeem. Like,
I'm,
bro, I'm like, yo, when did this not a conspiracy theory episode?
No, but I'm just saying, like, that phone call happening allegedly doesn't seem suspicious to me.
In
But also,
1969?
but again, I also wasn't aware of it, so I will do more research into that one particular thing about the moon landing.
All right, let's get to what they say. How many times, Kadeem, do you think man has walked on the moon? We know Buzz Aldrin and what is it, Neil Armstrong? That's the name, right?
Yeah.
Those were the astronauts. How many more people do you think walked on the moon, Kadeem? Just and no, I don't know if you're looking right now, but how many people do you think actually walked on the moon? How many times do you think? How many times do you think the United States landed on the moon? Like, actual man walked on the moon?
I'll say less than 10. Like, if I was to guess, I'll say less than 10.
Less than 10. That's a lot, Kadeem, because there's some people who think it's only happened once. You know what I'm saying? So are you aware that this thing happened, like, I think like 6 or 7 times? Or they say it happened like 6 or 7 times. We landed on the moon 6 or 7 times. Were you aware of that?
Yes and no. Like, I don't pay attention to moon landings outside of when Katy Perry and that lot went into space the other day. Like, that was the last time I actually cared about, or I was aware of what people were doing in terms of flying to space and stuff. So yeah.
Hold on, Katy Perry went to space the other day?
Yeah, Katy Perry. Who was the black woman that interviewed R. Kelly that time when he was crying?
Was it Grace?
I think she went to the moon as well.
Did they come back?
Yeah,
because there's some people we kind of don't need. Like, I'm just saying.
Let's have a look. Let me double check her name. Katy Perry moon landing. Funny enough. Yeah, an 11-minute space flight. Of course, there's conspiracy theories about that as well. So it was Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos' fiance, Gail King. Apologies.
Gail, I said Grace. It was Gail.
Yeah, Gail King, and some like NASA people and civil rights activists. But yeah,
I'm sure they didn't fly up there themselves. So they needed somebody to get them there.
But they basically flew up, like touched base, and then came back down. Allegedly, because people think that was fake as well.
I ain't gonna lie, Kadeem. Well, yeah, all right. I don't want to get into all the people who think like space is fake, right? If you had an opportunity, you know how they fly up to like just beyond the sky, and then it's the edge of space where you lose gravity or something like that, and then you just fall back down like a free fall. Oh well, it's a spacewalk. They do a little spacewalk. Would you do that, Kadeem? If they're like, oh, it's for free, we're gonna take a civilian up here.
No, not at all. No.
I'm about that life. I'll do it.
Charlie,
what's funny is I won't skydive or bungee jump, but I'll do that.
Charlie, I only get on something that's leaving gravity or leaving the floor is if I'm coming to watch Miami Dolphins or get married. Charlie, I don't like flying. So to take me to space, no. Like, what's up there for me? Unless the Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl or something Dolphins related, I'm not going to space. It's not happening.
All right, let's figure it out, Kadeem. Can we get the actual number of man? What are they? It's a term for this. We should have been more prepared for the moonwalk episode.
12. Apparently, the number of people who walked on the moon is 12. Neil Armstrong being the first. And this was essentially those in the 60s. There was apparently, so you got Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, Apollo 11, Apollo 12 in November 1969 has.
So that's two. So it's two, right? That's two. 11 and 12.
Yeah, but
Apollo
I'm saying
11 and 12. That's two times we landed on the moon.
Yeah, but so I'm looking specifically at people who have walked on the moon. So
yeah, but it wasn't 12 people on one space shuttle, Kadeem. It happened multiple times.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm looking at Apollo 11, 2 people, Apollo 12, 2 people, Apollo 14, 2 people.
That's 3. Go ahead.
Apollo 15, 2 people.
That's 4.
Apollo 16, 2 people. And Apollo 17, 2 people. And that was all between 1969 and 1972.
Right. So that's 6. I said it was 6 or 7 times. I said we landed on the moon 6 or 7 times. And well, they claim we did.
Oh no, but I think that's a different question then, because there's people who walked on the moon. You could have landed on the moon a lot more.
No, right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, you can't walk on the moon, Kadeem, without landing on it, bro. All right. Now we get into semantics. You can't walk on the moon without saying you've been to the moon, bro. Is what I'm saying is how many times have the United States claimed we made it to the moon and put man on the moon? Is what I'm saying.
But you can 100% land on the moon, sit in that spaceship, and then leave and claim that you landed on the moon. You don't need to step outside to land on the moon. So prime example, if I don't know my geography, but if I'm driving through the States and I stop off in California and I go to a drive-through and get some food, and then I continue my journey to another state, I can claim that I have been to California and I have stopped off in California, haven't taken a single footstep on any sidewalks in California, but I've been to California. So same way I can fly to the moon, sit in my spaceship, eat a hamburger, and then come back down. I've landed on the moon, but haven't stepped on the moon. To me, that they are two completely different things.
Kadeem, how come no one else in the world has done it except for the United States if we landed on the moon?
Speak to Russians. I don't know.
You don't know? Again, that doesn't sound suspect to you?
No, not at all.
Why not, Kadeem? That should, bro. You think the United States are like the most trustworthy country in the world to say, yeah, we did this and no one else could do it? Like, come on, like, just listen. Listen to that.
But that's the same time. That's the same as some countries put out a bunch of propaganda out there, and it's like, really, you think that country did that? Like, and again, it's maybe because I don't care about it enough to really stop and sit and go, well, hold on, this doesn't make sense. And also, the other side is, I feel like unless, and you kind of said this earlier, unless you are there right in front of you, there are so many things you can say, hold on, they say this happened, but did it actually happen? And again, I'm not trying to get into conspiracies, but some of the most Charlie, people believe that the world is flat.
Okay, I was saying, yo, I'm not going here. I'm not. You, bro. This is not the. I said 100 times. This is not the conspiracy theory episode, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know why no other country has landed on the moon, but the United States said we did it 6 times.
Again,
6 times, bro.
Charlie, two different things. Saying you landed on the moon and taking a step on the moon are two different things.
All right, we put man on the moon 6 times. I got to say it like that. Why does the United States say we put man on the moon 6 different times and no one else has put man on the moon once? And so when was the last time we put man on the moon? Can we go there? What was it? Apollo 15, you said?
1972, according to Wikipedia.
72. How come no one has been there since 72, Kadeem?
Again, what do you mean no one has been there?
No man has been on the moon since 72.
Well, I'm now looking at. Apparently, there's been 5 countries that have made it, and also my light turned off. So, apologies right now if I look a bit dark. I'm trying to get that sorted. I'm having technical issues.
Hey, while Kadeem hashes out his technical issues, we're going to talk some fantasy football and see which players can make it to the moon this year for the Miami Dolphins. It's funny to me because I kind of said this on one of the last episodes. I think this is the season at cost ADP, average draft position, where you want to take Tua. Tua's going like QB 16. You know what I'm saying? If you're QB 6, he's undrafted. So for all the seasons and all the injuries and all of the things that Tua hasn't been able to do, when Tua is healthy, he's not running. I understand that he doesn't get you the rushing yards. But this is the most make or break season we've ever gotten for like a Miami Dolphin quarterback that had some potential. Not the Tannehills, not the Greasies, not the Fiedlers, not the Harringtons. We can keep going. You know what I'm saying? Not the Becks. You know what I'm saying? Not the Moores, not the Hennies. But Tua's he's the actual decent quarterback. He's a good quarterback in my opinion. My point is, if you take Tua at cost and give him a bench spot, there's a chance Tua puts up over 22 points a game, fantasy points a game. So it's like, yo, if Tua's putting up over 22 fantasy points a game, as my dog Kadeem is going through it over there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the audio listeners. They don't get to see how the hot dogs are made. I think at cost over Waddle, over Tyreek Hill, and over Devon Achane, Tua is the best pick at cost. All the other picks come with all kinds of risk because Tua's health. You know what I'm saying? If Tua gets hurt and you pick them 16th, it doesn't matter. Like he's 16th quarterback in the draft. He's a waiver wire pickup. But if you draft Tyreek Hill in the 2nd round or the 3rd round or the 4th round, that's going to change the look of your team. Same thing with Jalen Waddle going around the 7th round. Maybe he's easier to digest in the 7th round, but then you also have Achane, probably a 1st round pick. Man, I don't know how I feel about putting my fantasy football career, my fantasy football life in the hands of a Miami Dolphins player this season. But who can make it to the moon is the question. I think Tua can make it to the moon. I think Achane can make it to the moon. I think that's it. What you think, Kadeem? Do you think Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Achane and Tua, all of them can make it to the moon? Can all of them surpass their ADP and have some type of monstrous season in fantasy football?
I think my PS5 just died.
Kadeem, bro. You think your PS5s is that?
So peek behind the curtains. I've got a light that's directly in front of me, and it plugs into the PS5. So when I'm recording, that light is on, the PS5 is on, and normally it will say, you've got 10 minutes until your PlayStation goes into rest mode. So cool, fair enough. That message did not come up, but the PlayStation turned off, and I can't get it back on.
Well, that's a stretch, bro. You could do some troubleshooting. You just can't troubleshoot right now because we're recording the podcast. So
No,
if you
no,
could,
but as in like, but I can't get it back on at all to even do anything. Like
I
normally,
understand that. I understand that, and I'm just saying, Kadeem, like you're not in a position to troubleshoot more than what you can right now, sitting in this chair talking to me. Is what I'm saying. So I don't think it's out of there. I think you got a chance. It was gonna be mine anyway, or it was gonna be some listeners anyway, because I was gonna win it for somebody.
hey, you can take it out. It's broken. Very quickly.
Damn, that would have sucked if I would have beat Kadeem and then someone got his PS5 and it croaked on them.
There were no soft moon landings until I think change 3 in 2013. According to Wikipedia, all soft landings took place on the near side of the moon until January 2019. And change 4 made the first landing on the far side of the moon, and the change is essentially China. So
Unmanned missions, though, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about manned missions.
Yeah, I don't think these are manned. But again, that's why we got into the semantics of other countries have got to the moon and landed on the moon.
Nah, bro.
Let me finish. They just haven't put people on the moon. So if China in 2019 allegedly managed to get a vehicle on the moon, why not put a person on that moon? But I also think I said this in the part episode, or I think I did. If you're not first, then no one cares. So you could be the first Chinese person on the moon, but I'm not saying this is the reason. But I think part of the reason is just like, we weren't first. So the US have done it. We don't need to do it. But again, that's just me because I believe it happened. That's my logical argument, I guess.
What? Like, let's listen to that. Someone found this unclaimed territory. There's no reason for us to go. Someone else found it. No, I want to see what's about that. I want to see what's out there. I want to get there too.
Christopher Columbus.
So what?
I said, okay, Christopher Columbus.
All right, yeah, that's my point. Like, nah, bro, we need to see this. So if I'm a whole nother country with a whole nother space program, yeah, let's get up there. And I don't think they can get up there. And I think they realize, bro, we're losing too much. Like, we're losing people, we're losing money, we're losing time. Nah, bro, it's whatever. Let America have whatever they claim they did, and that's it. 6 times, by the way. But no one has done it once. I don't believe it, bro. And more so, why haven't we been back? Like, not even. I don't believe we did it. Like, why haven't we been back since 72? And no one has been there ever except for us. That's a tough sell, bro. Like, I don't know why people so gullible and bought that. That's wild to me. And then the President Nixon, who is not the most trustworthy president, was on the phone with the astronauts. Come on, bro. I'm not buying that with Kadeem's pounds.
Yeah, listen, we don't want to get into a whole conspiracy thing, but it's one of those. It's probably the easiest conspiracy to talk about without getting your YouTube channel cancelled or people just falling out and all that kind of stuff. So, and yeah, I think the Dolphin players could make it to the moon. By the way, but again, it depends on if one person can stay healthy. Then yeah.
All right. So we got to answer the question though. We got to address it. Which one is most likely to make it to the moon in fantasy football this year, Kadeem? Which Dolphin player outside of Tua? Because I already took Tua.
Probably Devon Achane.
Why?
Because I think the Dolphins can have a running game without a quarterback. In terms of we've seen that the receivers don't eat without Tua cooking for them. But Achane, even when Tua went down last year, was still somewhat productive. and if you give Achan a better offensive line, then yeah, he should be able to continue cooking. Defensive will obviously stack the box more because there's no Tua behind the offensive line. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
But I had some notes for this episode, and I'm so sorry that I didn't get to them. Like, I'm dead serious. All right, man. Hey, let's get into bonus time while Kadeem mulls over what's going on with his PS5. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive, test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
Just believe. If my PlayStation has died, I'll have a new one tomorrow. Like, that's one thing I don't play around with, Charlie. I remember being at uni and I was dating and living with someone, and my PlayStation, I was playing FIFA, and my PlayStation died. And this was like the red light of death. Like, it was officially dead. And I was just despondent. Like, my life is over. Like, what do I do with my life? And my girlfriend at the time went out. She had to meet a mum for shopping anyway. Went out and came back with a brand new PS4, and I was PS3, and I was like, I love you. Like, this is amazing. So if that PlayStation is dead, Charlie, there'll be a new one. But Charlie, I will go and buy one immediately. I promise you. There is no way by the time this episode goes out, when the next one is live, I'll have a PS5. If it's not that one, it'll be a brand new one. I will steal my sons. I do not mess around with PlayStations at all.
Why Kadeem flexing on us like that, bro? That's crazy. Kadeem with the flex, bro. Like, you got to flex on us like that?
That's not a flex at all. That's just, listen, I don't drive. If your car broke down and was done, you'll go and buy a car straight away because you need a car to live. I need a PlayStation. What are we doing here, Charlie? What are we doing here? Nah, not at all.
Kadeem, we can't have a landed on the moon episode, a moon episode, without mentioning the moonwalk. What year did Michael Jackson moonwalk for the very first time? I already know it. We don't even got a fat check stat check. I know off the top of the dome.
I know exactly what he was wearing. I know it was at an award ceremony. I'm going to go with. He was still black, so this is before. Like,
we got canceled. This episode got us canceled right here.
No, not
this is it. We out of here. Go Time Dolphins signing off.
It was factual. Michael Jackson was black at this point. Black jacket. I'm gonna go 1976.
Damn. Bam.
Yeah.
You're wrong, Mr. Music Man. It was 1983.
Okay. Let's get one thing straight. Me not knowing when Michael Jackson moonwalked.
I don't know. That's history, Kadeem. That's some pretty big moonwalking history.
Did he even invent the moonwalk?
Yes, he did.
But you believe that because the story that he was out and he saw something to do, like, hey, that's pretty cool, I stole it. So you believe that Michael Jackson invented the moonwalk? But this is crazy. Like, I don't even believe that. I don't believe that Michael Jackson invented the moonwalk. Nah,
Kadeem, he's the one who invented the moonwalk, bro. He's the one, bro. That was the very first time people have ever seen anything. That's why it was a big deal.
So you believe a person who could change from black to white invented the moonwalk? Listen, if anyone's going to talk nonsense, it's that guy. But you believe that? See? Nah, I'm not doing this, Charlie.
But Kadeem, no one had ever seen anyone do anything like it, and he did it. Like it's not even an effective hearsay. He was the first one to do it. No one has ever seen it.
Charlie, there was stuff like I'm trying to think of.
But I don't know what's more outlandish, bro. You actually thinking we made it to the moon, or you not believing Michael Jackson was the first one to moonwalk? I think I'm more perturbed at this.
Listen, Michael Jackson was the first one to do it like on a global stage. There's no denying that. But I don't think Michael Jackson was in his dance studio at Never Neverland and was like, oh, and like accidentally fell backwards and created the moonwalk. No.
Someone had to do it, Kadeem. Someone had to make it up.
Yeah, and I don't think it was Michael Jackson.
Oh my God.
Listen,
I did not know we was gonna get here, bro. That's crazy to me, bro. Are you the dancer, Kadeem? You dance.
Yeah, I do. And I don't believe Michael Jackson created the moonwalk. I just think you're the first person to do it on the global stage.
Hey, you know what? We might as well just get it all out now. What else, Kadeem? What else you got for us on this episode? What else? Like, what else you gonna hit us in bombshells with?
Don't know. Haven't thought about it too much before.
Oh, how about the hot take you put in the group chat with you believe?
No. That's an episode. That's an episode. 100%. We aren't giving them that right now. That's a whole other episode. And you know what? I was gonna say this. That should be the Patreon episode. Patreon.
I guess everybody just missed out, and now we're about to put it on Patreon. That's crazy. That's how you sell Patreon right there, Kadeem. That's how you do it. You almost have me say something. You stop me from saying it, and it sounds exciting, and then you say, "Oh, we're gonna give it a Patreon," and that's what we're gonna do. And those who miss out on it just happen to miss out on it. It is what it is. But Michael Jackson invented the moonwalk, bro. He invented it.
Colors like a comedian. Like, I'm not doing this. The guy's hair texture changed. Oh, listen, how'd you go from a nappy
what's that got to do with creating a dance?
How'd you go from a nappy afro to slick back? No, I'm not doing this. I'm not having hair straighteners. I know people relax their hair. I'm not doing this. I refuse to believe that someone who could change their skin color, go from fully black to fully white, and then have white children. No, I'm not doing this, Charlie. I'm not doing this. Until the next time we
No. We're not signing out. Go Time Dolphins is not signing out. Houston, we don't got no problems yet. Listen, hey, I got one more before we get up out of here. You know who coined the phrase "my bad"? My bad. You know how everybody say "my bad"? Like my bad.
Michael Jackson. Tito. It was Tito. Basically, Michael Jackson done the moonwalk, and then Tito was like, I saw someone do that the other week, and Michael Jackson was like, no, I did it, and he was like, oh, my bad. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I don't know he started. My bad. How does anyone know that? That's like asking who was the first person to blink. I'm caveman. I don't know.
Hey, get this man a PS5, boy. This man is on one right now, boy. That boy. Oh, my stomach, bro. I ain't never had a laugh that good in a minute, bro. Oh my goodness, bro.
So go on then. Who was it? Who coined the phrase "my bad"?
All right. Hey, ladies. All right, listen.
That's Andre 3000.
Yeah, did he make that up, Kadeem? Or you gonna take the credit, creativity from Andre 3 Stacks too?
Well, he was the first one to do that on a global stage. So yeah, he created that as well.
So Manute Bol, the basketball player, Manute Bol, is said to have coined the phrase "my bad" in the early 90s. So if you peep, I don't recall or ever going back listen, hearing people say my bad in the 60s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't sound like a term or a phrase that was used back then. But the way it was told to us was Manute Bol didn't speak English. It was very, very broken. And when he was practicing with his teammates, obviously here in America, he had a bad pass, and he didn't know how to say, "Oh, like that was my fault." So he said, "Bad, that's bad. That's my bad." And then that's how the phrase got coined, "My bad," because he didn't speak English.
I think now you say that,
yeah,
like the actual phrase "my bad" doesn't actually make grammatical sense. Like
right.
I can understand that, yeah, but I never thought about the third person. That's like, again, like who the first person to blink? I don't know.
Hey,
the first
apparently, and I don't want to go too far with this, but apparently Jalen Rose is the first Jalen.
So what?
Jalen Rose, the basketball player,
Yeah,
is the first Jalen. Like,
yeah, but Americans make up names all the time. Like, is it the guy, the college player, like General Booty? Probably the first person to actually be called General, because, like, yeah, Americans have some insane names.
I'm just saying. I thought there's a ton of Jalen's right now. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen Rose is only, how old is Jalen Rose? You feel me?
Then yeah, okay, that's one of the things where it could be true, but yeah, it's not like Jalen Rose is like 70.
That's
Like,
my point. That's my point. Like, bro, I feel like Jalen Rose is like 43. How old is Jalen Rose?
He is 52.
52. First Jalen. Allegedly.
Definitely one to look out for.
Kadeem the skeptic, boy. Bro, this turn from me not believing into the moon landing to Kadeem not believing nothing at all but the moon landing. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. Oh. All right, I'm signing off.
Until the next time,
Good luck and good night.
Peace.
You got to stick with the theme.
Music.